Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you happen to be watching this. Risco no Saka coming at you with some more. I don't know why it says Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus on it, because that's not the jam. That's not what it is. It's been doing this like for a while now, and I don't get it. Because I definitely changed it. And then, you know, here we are. Little... don't put any spaces. Steve and I would get angry. LittleBigPlanet 3 bonus / family friendly. Okay. And I want my tags. Like, again, why does this always happen? Why does this, like, bugger my tags? There we go. And that should hopefully do it. Yes, okay, good. Wonderful. Huzzah! Hopefully, everybody's tuning in and dropping in is having a wonderful day, evening, night, whatever it is on your side of the world. I don't know why I got the screensaver going on here. I just don't need it. LBP me is still down. Still down. Womp womp. Toy Box of Wonder Christmas. Like, why do I feel like we played this before? I don't know. We'll give it a shot. Why not? I can't actually build a playlist, unfortunately, which makes me, you know, a wee bit sad. Not like sad, like I'm not creeching any tears or anything, but still, you know, just a little bit. Just a little bit wondering, like, what's going on with that. Is Sumo still, you know, putting the work in for LBP3, or is it done? Are they throwing it under the bus? I don't know. I don't know. I can't say. It's not like we got any. Oh, Zagatar! Hey, how you doing, yo? I hope life is treating you very, very well. Treating you very kindly going into the holiday season. Hopefully healthfully going into the holiday season. I know there's lots of places that are having spikes. Okay, so we're not playing as ourselves, we're playing as the doll. Although I do appreciate that they put ourselves in there. I thought that was kind of cool. Life is very quiet on this side of the world, just doing a lot of Risk of Rain 2, basically. Don't wake me up, evil doll thing. Yeah, I mean, it's a quiet life recently. Nothing really terrible is going on. Nothing particularly exciting is going on. Just end of the year, hoping we make it through to the next one, basically. I might be able to pick up a new shirt soon, and that makes me really happy. Is this a level, or is it just a movie? We're terrified because this doll is just alive. And who wouldn't be? Who wouldn't be slightly worried about the situation? Also that the box defies physics, so you know, physics. Now I got my fingers crossed that we don't have any issues with the net connection this time about. Last Wednesday, like, net connection was pretty junk, so... Merry Christmas, ho ho ho! Watch your language, Santa, this is a family-friendly stream. Now, the ground is grabbable, that's always a problem. Oh, there's the evil doll. The evil doll that woke us up. see how this is gonna be. Eh? Oh! I didn't even notice the platforms. I thought we were supposed to go where the doll was. Wah wah. Very cheerful though. This. Oh, and that was a nice effect. I like that a lot. Let's go. Come on, that was a terrible death. We don't want to die like that. Not like that. Not like that. Oh, I get you. Can I get rid of you? I feel like we kind of got lucky with the physics though, that the snowman head could have buggered things up for us. What does that say? Capley? I don't care about the point bubbles really, but I do care about this amazing squirrel. Look at this thing. This is just fabulous. I don't know what sticker pack this is in, but I really want it. Because I don't think I've seen that sticker before. Or that one, for that matter. Looks like something out of an old... Is it loud? I mean, it might be that the, because it's a creator track, that they haven't balanced it very well. And unfortunately, there's not a lot I can do about that on this one. But at least it's over. I did like it though. I thought that was cute. Although, as you said, it was relatively loud. I kind of wish that LBP3 had an audio output setting. But unfortunately, they do not. So every time that some creator has not balanced the creator-made tracks, that kind of comes up. At least like the whole LBP network isn't down, even though LBP Me is down. Like we've got no new team picks. We do, I don't know when that level of the day came up, so I think we played Enchanted Cave. I'm not sure. What we got? Craft World Christmas music giveaway? No, thank you. Bob versus Bob? I don't know about that. Deep Sea Ichthyosaurus Adventure. Well, let's give it a shot. How bad could it be? I'm sure it'll be a fantabulous level, an amazing level even. Oh, we are the fish. The fish is us. Now, eh? Oh my god, we broke the fish. We broke the fish. I'm so sorry, fish. I broke that fish's head off. Can we get in this one? Shoot. I think we bricked the level. No, I don't want to be in you. I want to be in a different fish. Although, it doesn't seem like there's an actual level here. Just fish. So, adventure might have been too strong a term. Let's try this again. We'll keep our fingers crossed that we don't accidentally break it this time doing anything lewd. This is a family-friendly stream. We don't want to scare off any parents. We can do loop-de-loops. That's nice. We don't hit anything. That's what got us last time. What are you? What are you, buddy? That's really cool. I like this. This little, I don't know what this is, but whatever it is, I like it. Can I eat you? No? It's in the wrong layer, though. So it's safe. This little bony fish? Okay, so we've got an ichthyosaurus. We've got some bony fish. And... yeah? I don't know if you need to give the player this much room if you're not going to do anything with it. That's just me, though. Just saying. Kind of nice movement, at least. I appreciate that. I never really got good at making the sinuous movement. I tried to do that with the octopus arms, and I would say to limited success. Not complete failure, but definitely limited success. If we just leave the fish like this, is it gonna die? One should hope not, but... can I jump? Oh my gosh! What was that? Why wouldn't you not inform the player that you can make this lovely noise? Where's that other fish that's eating a fish? Maybe we could steal their fish. Come here. Oh, you're in the wrong layer. You're all in the wrong layer. This ichthyosaurus is just it's not going to be able to eat. It's going to be very sad. I know, right? I mean, we might be looking at the next big pop star. Can I partake of your feast? Please? Give to me. I can't. It's actually fairly difficult. Get on there. Okay. Now, like, the jaw clamps, but you're not moving for me. I'm so hungry. Give me your food. Your delicious food. Okay, I see how it's gonna be. You're not gonna share. You're gonna be a jerk. So I'll eat your tail section. Oh God. I broke my jaw off. Okay, I think we've committed enough harm against animals. I think we've seen everything. This was from Zydelixer 0736, maybe? It's a little bit hard to read that font, so... well, less the font and more the font size, but still it is a little bit hard to read. Anti-heart for heart level. Copy and republish. This level exposes heart for heart. Please copy and republish if you agree. Moderate heart for heart. I don't know. Wait. Don't play this too? I mean, you're basically challenging me at that point. I'm sure I'm going to regret this. Hopefully it will not be too loud. Got my fingers crossed. Well, more the toes. Got the toes crossed. Can't cross the fingers. I wouldn't be able to play. Don't forget, join the community on LBP Me and share your creations with the Imagisphere. Oops, gosh darn. Can't do that because LBP Me has been down for almost a month. How about that? Gee Willikers. Hello, stranger. You may wonder, where does this green, smelly fog come from? Take a ride to the sock washer. He'll explain everything. Okay. I guess. I mean, we can do that. I was Miro's favorite toy until one day I had to spend the censored with his socks. I tried, believe me. I had to spend the censored with his socks? Yeah, okay, dude, I guess. Oh, spend the night. Oh! That's a good point. Right, because we can't say night in LBP. What is with all this headless stuff? I'm gonna steal you. Oh, no, I guess I can't. Faster, faster! You must defeat this evil sock as soon as you can. I mean, I'm working on it, mate. I don't want that toy. But then again, on the other side, I've got community objects set to off, so it should work out fine. You know, I've actually seen worse levels. If we're gonna be 100% honest, I've seen worse levels. I don't. You wanna? Yosh. Huskadoo. Oh gosh, we broke it. Oh no, Dog, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, dog. I think we bricked it. I think we bricked the level. I don't even know if I'm moving. Oh, okay. Well, that works. I'm the sock washer. There's no time for explanations. Just go stop this evil smell. Now give me a push. Oh, Panda! How you doing, yo? Why are you playing as the shadow of the little girl from Despicable Me? I don't know? I hadn't realized I was doing that? Although my costume got... They took the stickers off my costume. Wait a second. I'm not familiar with the little girl from Despicable Me, so I can't really say for certain. It is very good to see you, though. Panda, I hope you're doing very, very well. That life treats you as gently as one could hope. I don't know if we did a good thing. Maybe? That was not good. This level's got a lot going on. No question about that. There's a lot going on here. Oh gosh. Okay, we got this. We got this. Let that go over. Okay. Check it out. We're doing it. Ha! Ha ha! But like there's an actual minor story going on. There's gameplay. It's not, I wouldn't say it's particularly well presented. It is fairly kludgy looking. And of that gameplay, I mean, there are things that could be improved. But I've seen way worse. I've definitely seen worse. Wait, I can't. Wait, what do I do? There was a balloon here. How do I trigger that balloon, and can I grab it? There we go. Alright, this is the most awkward way that they could have gone about this, but sure, why not? The outline of my sack thing looks so much like her. I have seen the first Despicable Me, and I remember not a lot from it. If we're gonna be like 100%, I'm gonna stink you out. Okay, that's totally fair. I was stuck in a cutscene. You can't be just dropping balls. My brain remembered her as having pigtails, but she's got a weird top knot. I mean, I guess I could pull that off. But Okay. There we go. Alright, this is it. This is like old school logic, and I don't know why it's here. Is there anything I can grab? It's just gonna be, that's just the thing? What do you want from me? I don't understand what you want, Level. Maybe I gotta be down here. Or not. Okay. Can I grab something here? Apparently not. No. Can I pull this up enough to get under it? No. Boo. Can I just kind of sneak? Nope. Oh, yes you did. Yes you did. You mentioned that. And did it go well? Did it go nicely? Oh, Snug. How you doing, Nug? That long time no see. I hope that you are healthy and happy. I see, that's a button. And that life is treating you gently? Okay. This is a very old school style boss. And I kind of, like, low-key hated it. Alright, now we got it. See, the problem is that it's hard to make the connection between the trigger, because it doesn't look like a trigger, it just looks like a panel, and what the trigger is affecting. There we go. Yatta! Doing alright, but my laptop, on the other hand, may be dead. That is the suck, as the kids say. Look, all this stuff is in the way. I need you to not be in the way. You gotta be kidding me. That's the key switch. I can't get it over there though, because there's so much crap here. Level, I was being kind to you not so long ago, and now this is how you repay me. I bet they didn't set the destroyer to destroy all connected. Oh, this hurts me so much. Can I get it up and over? Come on, you can do it! It went really well, but I'm not sure it's going to work out in the long term. She's got strong friend vibes. Well, that's... I mean... There's certainly worse vibes that she could have given off. That thing has carried me from October 2014 until now. That's a big mood, Nug. Can you get all your saved shit off of it? Like, you're not gonna... I hope you're not gonna be losing anything? Now we can live free of that smell. Let's party. Yes, let's party. But only socially responsible in a socially distanced way. They didn't even name their object. As far as a level called Don't Play This, actually, like, wasn't terrible. I mean, it could use a lot of polish. No doubt, no questions, but at the same time, you know, it did well enough for what it was. That was from Ofa 00, maybe? The hard drive is fine, it's the main board that's gone kaput. So basically like the opposite of what happened with mine. I'm glad the hard drive is fine though. Cause losing that is definitely the sucks horse. Dragon Wing Flame, we got Battle, Journey Home. I don't know. Let's see, did we have anything left over on the playlist? On the queue? That's music, so we'll save that for the next time I need to have a cigarette. Lab 9 is multiplayer, so that's no good for us. Wait, we we played these. At least some of them. Tyrannosaurus Terror. We didn't do UFO Encounter. By Double X Vision 666X. We'll give that one a shot, see if it's good. At least to kind of scratch it off the list. Got it. Getting pumped up. Good things come to those who wait. Anybody who plays LBPs ends up waiting a lot of time on those loading screens, so I certainly hope so. This is this was a team pick level, so hopefully that should speak to its quality. Though I haven't always agreed with the team pick levels. That's just me, I'm snobby. I admit it. Wait, did that say L1? It did. Was that good? Oh, there's like a magnet-y thing going on there. Okay. Then I just... okay, so that goes away. Oh, jeepers. I'm gonna have to work on the timing on that one. There we go. Easy as mildly complicated pie. Oh, nice. Okay, I'm digging on this. Now, Double X Vision 666 Double X, I have played some of their levels before, and they're actually pretty decent, to be honest. How are we handling this? What? Can I go down there? No. But I bet if I do this, I will die. That was not cool. I'm going away for a week or two, so when I stop showing up, it's not because I died. I'm... Oh, Hive! Sleep well, Hive? The most pleasant of dreams? Give my love to Mari. Thank you for the heads up, Panda. I do really appreciate that. I mean, you shouldn't have to feel beholden to, like, be here all the time, but I'm glad to know that you'll be healthily not here. Oh, crumbs. I bet I blew this one. Oh, come on! That was weaky. That was Julian Assange in WikiLeaks. I just, okay, I muffed it, the joke, the bit. I completely muffed it. I take full responsibility. Alright, so these are clearly not, like, there's no collision on these until they're fully deployed. Good to know. So we might as well just put it out right away. Yeah, there we go. Nice alternate checkpoints, by the way. I'll be on the opposite side of the country and surrounded by family, so healthy is relative. Is, the area that you're going to, is that going to be... Are they having more issues than where you are right now? Eh? Nande? Nande? I'm kind of cheesed. Alright, so everything's a hazard. Good to know. Good to know. I love it. That does nothing. Alright, so we're gonna jump, then switch. I believe they are. The state we're passing through definitely is. Well, to the extent that you have control over it, and I'm sure that this is unnecessary, but please take what steps that you need to be healthy in that kind of situation. Nani. R1. I did the R1. Like, why are you telling me to press R1? Oh! That's clever. I like that. My lovely brother, who I love, I'm trying to figure out, because I talked to my folks this morning, and like apparently he tore his meniscus, but he tore his meniscus dancing at a little wedding reception type of thing, and I just kind of want to be like, bro, why were you at a wedding reception kind of thing in the first place? It's the plague. You just got over having the plague, which I guess means that he can't get it again, but even still, it seems kind of, you know, like an unnecessary risk, perhaps? I'm just thinking. Okay, now this is... I am growing to hate the UFO? The Legion of Supervillains UFO, no less. Eh? Is this what I need? We may even be turned back at the border. I don't think my family are prepared for what happens if we have an outbreak in the house. No problem at all, Nug. Thank you so much for dropping in, even if it was only for a little while. And I do hope that you have a very, very fine whatever time zone that you happen to be in. Because time zones. Well, I suppose all we can do is just, Panda, just hope that you don't end up having an outbreak in the house, because that sounds like it's gonna be all kinds of bad. Oh, that was nice. I like that. The animation there, pretty slick. What? Just boxes? Okay. Oh, crumbs! Nice effect, though. Gotta give him that. That was a very nice effect. Better than a Mass Effect? I don't know, but... there's a lot of good stuff going on in this level. I don't mean to make that sound as shocking as it probably does. It probably sounds kind of like a backhanded compliment, but... Snakes! Excuse me? We made it. We did it. I don't know how. But we did it, and it was done by us. I'd hide in the cage. Which, I mean, honestly, I'd rather hide in a cage than hide in a closet. We still need a space fishing spin-off called Bass Effect. Yes, we 100% do. And why is this not a thing? I mean, this seems like a distinct lacuna in game development. I think we could get on that. We could call up Neil Druckmann, see if he'll do it. I'm sure he'd be looking for something a little bit more lighthearted after all of the fun of the Last of Us reception. Last of Us 2 reception. Oh, that's what you want me to do. We got 0 secrets because we are Terabad. Oh, crumbs! Last of Us 2 is having a bit of a renaissance. I noticed that mostly because recently I've been watching, or more precisely listening to, some of what's their name? Curio? Yes, that's exactly who I was thinking of. And they seem to have a fairly positive image of it. It's, for the most part, it's pretty good. Oh, Sputtins! Hey, I hope you're doing very well. I hope that life is treating you super gently. I haven't, like... indeed we were. I haven't, like, noticed anything pop up that's, like, raising red flags for me. I seem to have pretty solid takes. I don't know if I have agreed with every single one, but that's not really necessary. I did really like their video on bad films, and Neil Bremer. He was there's a couple directors that they talked about, but they did talk about like the Italian zombie movies, which honestly I don't know if those should get slotted into bad films. I think Zombie 2 was, you know, for the most part, not terrible, but all I really remember is the shark fighting the zombie scene. So, Sophie's older work annoys me because I can see them being masked and it feels weird. That's definitely a thing. Panda, honest question, because I'm not sure. Is Sophie she her or they them? Because oh no, I mean it absolutely happens. I thought maybe I was slipping on the pronouns. So okay, that's good. Neil Breen, like Neil Breen sounds like a whole piece of work. He was the one that like he did the movie about the aliens that make a ray to make people into smoking hot girls, but then when they do family-friendly adult things, they turn into dinosaurs whose bite turns people into zombies. So, like, I kind of feel like I need to watch that. It's been a while since I watched their earlier vids. I imagine they might be harder for me now too. I watched the earlier ones before they came out. Like, basically, I don't know what threw me to their channel. Because usually what happens is I'll grab a vid by somebody, and then I'll start playing Risk of Rain 2. into gay zombies. Well, that's a very important point. That's a very important point. Um, and like then while I'm playing Risk of Rain 2, I let the videos just kind of run in the background. So I'm definitely watching the videos. See, now the phrase is HL2 Breen there. Um, the phrase means out of order, but I want the fancy word for it. I can't think of it. It's not anachronistic. Asynchronistic? No, that's not it either. I don't know, one of those. Replicator. Replicator is... Now, I have to say, regardless of whatever quality that director Breen's movies may or may not have, Replicator is an amazing name. Like, that's a name to be proud of. That's a name I feel like if I came up with that, I'd be like, yeah, yo, Replicator. Some of the older videos when they've come up have definitely been a little bit jarring. Well, hold on, I gotta check this out. Welcome to Naughty Dog. You have chosen or been chosen to relocate to one of our finest remaining urban centers. I thought so much of Naughty Dog that I elected to establish my administration here in the Citadel, so thoughtfully provided by our benefactors. Is that like Half-Life 2? Because I never played Half-Life 2, I'll be honest with you. Crumbs, like we've cleared all the levels on our queue, and because LBP me is down, we can't... Oh wait, no, there's more. What the heck? What the heck, LBP? Dr. Breen's welcome speech. As long as Dr. Breen provides the hottie ray, I don't even mind periodically turning into a giant dinosaur lizard thing. As long as it's not like all the time. I gotta do up my nails. Like, they're just getting terrible. Did you know you can press square on a level badge to see options such as play, copy, and add to queue? I did not know that. What fantastic new technology. Excuse me. He's a Fash collaborator who's selling out humanity to interdimensional colonialists. Okay, so there's actually a Neil Breen in Half-Life 2. That makes far more sense to me. I feel like I understand the jump there. All these Fash collaborators, you know, just gotta get it. Now that Superman was not Zack Snyder's Superman. Just helping out the level creator through the kindness of their heart. Collaborators get fed to alligators. I mean, alright, so you know, there's... Oh, I see where the inn is coming in there. Now, when I saw that this level was called Frozen, I honestly thought it was going to be like the Disney movie Frozen. Let's give a good speech, though. I don't know if I am or am not glad that this is not, in fact, Disney's Frozen. I mean, unless Disney owns... Oh, come on. That was... Shenanigans. I'm calling shenanigans. Alright, so we're gonna need to grab... Eh? Nani? 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 Kind of a bit cheesed about that. Just a wee bit. What the... Wait, we're almost dead? Come on now. Come on now, what's the issue? Gonna try this again, one more time. Smokey Jones. As much as he is a fast collaborator, I do feel sorry for him given the whole 7-hour war and things. I'm gonna have to check out the TV tropes for Half-Life 2 because I got no idea what the 7-hour war is. I'm assuming it's not an allusion to the 7-day war, because that would introduce some pretty unusual, like, historical things. Crumbs. Now, like, we can't skip this. It's cute and everything, but we've seen it already. Humanity was conquered in 7 hours shortly after the end of Half-Life 1. Oh, that's a bummer. Definitely Richard Donner's Superman. How does the world get taken over in 7 hours, though? Like, how many aliens are we talking about? This seems like you would need a lot of aliens, or maybe like a gray goo situation. Alright, let's try this again. Jump, jump. Go through here. We're talking many alternate dimensions worth of aliens? At least 4 aliens. Well, I mean, if it's 4, okay, I can see that. I can see that. What the heck, level? How is it that this worked the first time around, and now it's continuing to not work the other times around? Have I insulted you in some way, level? What the fudge? What the fudge? The coordination of these aliens must have been amazing. Unless we're going with the 4 alien theory. His option was being murdered by aliens to become the human puppet. Oh, crumbs. Okay, we got it. And grab. Thank you. Kind of. Sort of. Can we get it? Yes. Oh, clever. No, 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 no. Keep going, keep going. I mean, do you... Okay. Okay, I'm calling shenanigans. I'm calling huge shenanigans. You can't just have your big action sequence there and then not have any checkpoints? Oh, nah! That was good. It's fine. It's fine. It's good. I'm fine with that. Possibly have all other humans murdered by aliens too if he refused. Okay, so like that's a horse of a different color, an equine of another hue, as they might say. I mean, I don't think I could just put my own life over the lives of all of humanity, but if it's like, okay, you can die, or everyone can die. Wait, you can live, and most everybody lives, or you can die plus everybody dies. I mean, that's not really a choice, is it? You know? So where does the G-Man fit into this? Because my only exposure to the G-Man is just meme gifs and weird videos. I think I watched one where it was like a cooking video. He was cooking with head crabs. I found it quite amusing, but at the same time, I kind of have a feeling that that's not a honest representation of his character in the games. The G-Man is like a fifth dimensional alien. He just chose to look like a dopey guy. Like if I was a fifth dimensional alien, now granted this is speaking from the position of a human, and a human that is specifically me, but I could think of a number of forms that I would have chosen to go through that weren't like goofy looking 1950s guy in his 50s. He's a fixer. Is that like a troubleshooter where you solve trouble by shooting it? Dopey CIA guy is his cover for operations on Earth. Alright, you know. I guess. He could have chosen to be like Foxy CIA Lass is all I'm saying. Or like Foxy Occult Bookstore Lass? You know, I'm just saying Foxy should be involved here somehow. Although a guy could be Foxy. So really it's the Lass that we're looking for? Foxy is a secondary consideration? Come on, come on, come on. Thank you for playing. Well, thank you for making that level. You know, like a dude who, like, you get to fix things for you by, like, having them get people to steal you stuff. Or murder an entire occupying force of aliens. I mean, those are both methods of fixing things. So, yes, in fact, quite similar to a troubleshooter. Where he shoots trouble. Or, I guess, no, really, he gets other people to shoot trouble. He basically does timey-wimey stuff to alter history to benefit his employers, who may also include the invading aliens at times. Now, the invading aliens are the fourth dimensional aliens. And G-Man is the fifth dimensional alien. But they're all in cahoots? Sometimes. I just like the word cahoots. I think it's a nice word. Doesn't get nearly enough play. Just gotta like let it roll around in your mouth a little bit, like cahoots. Come on now. Come on now. Is that how we want to play this? Come on, Risco, you can do better than this. Kinda, maybe, sorta. Yatta? Oh, we're gonna muck it. Where am I going? Bad camera angles? I mean, I'm liking the level so far, honestly, but those are bad camera angles. He's the one responsible for the events of Half-Life 1, and by extension... Oops. I was looking at the wrong thing. By extension, all the Half-Life games. Alright. So he's kind of looking through the view of player agency. He's kind of God. Oh, come on! Also, they should have let the camera follow that far down. You don't really want the players to see the strings, so to speak. Or in this case, the fact that your platforms are just basically hanging in space. He's a closest thing to God in the series. One of these days I'm just gonna have to get around to playing Half-Life, I guess? Like, I do know that Gordon Freeman uses a crowbar, and so, like, I give props to that, you know? I have been enjoying, like, largely playing lady character games. Although I know that's gonna come to an end when we do, Evil Within. Because we've got Angry Copy McCop. Play back Black Mesa if you're gonna make that commitment. Are any of the Half-Life games available on PS4? Because otherwise it's something we wouldn't need to worry about for a while. Because I think it's gonna be... Excuse me? What was that about? I think it's gonna be probably, honestly, a while before getting a new computer, like a real streamable computer, is something that's... we could reasonably expect to do. I think I'll need a new laptop. Yeah. Then that can be a down the line. It can be a down the line thing. There were a couple of games that I saw, because I was kind of poking around on the PS Store. By the way, Untitled Goose Game is only 700 yen. I think it has English. This is actually really cool. Isn't Evil Within the one that ran at 20 frames per second on console? I don't know, Hive. I honestly don't know. I've been noticing on the PS4 storefront, at least on the console store, excuse me, had a bit of a burp there, on the console storefront, that at least for the past couple of weeks, new games that have been added to the storefront have been having, like, the language options listed in the on the game page. Not all of them, but a lot more of them than I'm used to seeing. So there was a couple of games that I saw poking around there that looked kind of neat. Bug Snacks seemed kind of cool. Crumbs. I wish I could remember the name of the one that I saw earlier, but I can't right off the top of my head. You were like... It almost looked... I mean, the character design was different, but it had like kind of a Mononoke feel to it. I remember, like, there's one scene of the main character, she's like sliding down this hill, and she's like shooting targets as she's going down. But it looked like really neat. It looked really nice. Wait, is there another level? Please, I want to take my break and do the things. I don't know why, but I really don't like this song. I want Ring Fit. What is Ring Fit? Because, like, I've heard people talk about it. But is that the one where it's like you're kind of like exercising, but you're holding onto like a steering wheel or something? Why does this song just get on my nerves so much? It shouldn't. Like, it's not bad. It's a game to get fit disguised as an RPG. Huh. Well, I mean, you know, if the person is capable, I mean, a little bit of movement isn't the worst thing in the world. Now, if there's another level link after this one, I'm just gonna bounce out. What if it's an RPG that's disguised as a game to get fit? As long as it's not an RPG... check out. What do I want to say here? As long as it's not a method to bilk people out of their money disguised as an RPG. Now, this is... I hate it when creators do this, where they'll take every level they've published and they'll connect them all together. So you can't just play one? You just get sucked into this whole slew? And the longer that it goes on, the less inclined I am to enjoy the levels. Apparently the Ring Fit workout is really good. That's cool. And Zog says, like Wii Fit but RPG style, do exercises to do damage, do stuff to get XP, and more exercises unlocked and stuff. Looks really fun. Now, I've got a question about here. Does it have a way to discourage players from grinding? Because, like, a nice workout routine that's kind of designed to work with your body's capabilities can be really good. But over much and you can hurt yourself? The way of discouraging grinding is your body aching. I mean, I don't... If you've got a good enough gameplay loop, if you got a good enough hook in there, I don't know if that would necessarily discourage some folks. I'm gonna set us up on a bit of music. Not really music, it's music. Whilst I go to have a break. As long as I don't actually know much about it, I assume there's something in there. Either way, I'd probably use it for like half an hour a day or something. That's not bad at all, honestly. Hive, yes, please, Hive. Get some sleep, rest well, have beautiful dreams. Don't dream about Hellraiser 2, which I probably just cursed you. And Ludo! Yo, Ludo, how you doing, yo? I hope that everything is excellent with you. No particular worries. Life is treating you kindly. Toho Project. Yate! Yate! I don't know what that means in this context, but they're very excited about it. There's just like a lot going on here. Oh, I see. It's instructions. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna give another shot at sleeping. I couldn't before, but I'm tired still, so wish me luck. Zog, please, you as well, please get yourself some good rest. I hope that you have pleasant dreams and you wake up to a fine morning. Or whatever time zone you wake up in. This music is a lot. Is it too much? Because if it's too much, I don't want to leave it on while I'm having my cigarette. It's very loud. Okay, then let's bounce out of here. Gotcha. I wish I hadn't squished that fish, but I also wish that creators would balance their volume on their homemade music tracks? Crud, I can't remember the name of the music collection that we've used. And we didn't heart it because your girl is foolish. It's Toho music, so it's the only way. I mean, you may not be wrong, Ludo, but I don't want to blow everybody's ears out just so I can go have a stretch. What if we just put in music? Would that work? Hold on a second. What if we search for music? What if we press the right buttons? That would be cool. Music Gallery 3, Craft World Christmas collaboration music giveaway. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not like super big on Christmas music. I finally rebuilt the cover letter that I lost today. Congratulations. Rebuilt is an interesting way to phrase that, but I'm glad that you got it done. And have you sent it off, or is that still, you've got to wait on that? Because it seems like we're getting pretty close to the holiday seasons. So it might be a good idea to get that sent. Had the original notes, but not the finished version. Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense, as far more understandable. Have you tried making a playlist of your favorite community levels? You can share your list with friends too. Oh, it's too late to hand out now? I mean, I suppose so. I'm going to take a bit of a walkabout tomorrow and see if there's any hiring right away places, but Panda Funk. Let's go with this one. Select song with X, quit level with triangle, next page R1. Hopefully this will go on long enough. Okay. But I am going to take like a really quick break now. I will be back in about 5 minutes, but if any of y'all need like water, soup, sandwich, or whatever, by all means, please take your opportunity to get it now, and we will see you in just a moment. We are back. Oh, Srabbits! How you doing? Of course the song stopped, because of course it did. Hope you're doing very well this time zone, Rabbits. Life is treating you largely gently as one could hope. Now, what are we gonna do? Cause like, oh, Velvet Audio. Now that's the one. I need to put a heart on this one, cause this is one that's easy to go back to. Back. How do I heart the level? Just so that it sticks in my queue. Can I only do that from Fudge? I think I can only do that from the from playing it. And I don't want to play it right yet. I'm doing okay. I got coffee and cream. A coffee and caramel steamed buns. Oh my gosh. That sounds delish. Like utterly delish. And I want it. No, I guess I can't. Oh, I can heart it. Okay, I wasn't seeing it. Steamed buns do sound pretty yummy. Or quite possibly not safe for work. It depends on what kind of buns are being discussed. Winter Wonderlands, Merry Christmas. What the heck? Give it a shot. Missed the food classification joke. Oh, it's a stroopwafel. I think I must now have stroopwafels. It's in my name. There's a German Christmas market that's up in Umeda, but it's always chock full of people, and I don't think that the middle of a plague is the right time to go visit, unfortunately. Come to think of it, if Rabbit went in a sauna, we would indeed. That is a pretty solid call. And a safe for work steam bun. Is this on a timer? Okay. Oh, okay. I get it. Secret. My buns are already steaming hot. The confidence. We adore the confidence. I think that to that extent, I think, you know, it's still within family-friendly territory. I don't know that we would want to go too far beyond where we are, but I think we're still on the safe side of family-friendly. Okay. Where would you like me to go? This is puzzling. Alright, we got our points. I can grab that, alright. But that just sends us back to where we were. That brings that back down again, which I don't think is gonna help us any? No. Was there another button that we missed? That's possible. You know, a little bit of... just a little touch of innuendo. Oh, wait, did we break it? I think we broke the level. Fudge! Okay, I definitely hit that. Well, maybe... Okay, okay, so that's where we need to be. Take this over here. I suppose there might be a switch behind those bells up top, but I don't think I can reach. I see it! They could have drawn a little bit more attention to that switch, just a bit. But, you know, okay. That's the way it's gonna be, it's the way it's gonna be. And now, we can just go up. It's not terrible level design. In fact, some of the level design is pretty good here, but I do think highlighting that switch a little bit more would have been... I think it's called for. R1. All the bonus points for us? Except that they're not, because there's a switch here. How have your streams been going recently, rabbits? No more... like... kind of... creepy folks? I'm hoping? Oh no! We locked ourselves out of that bonus. Who? I guess we have to look ahead more and make sure we're not missing any of these bonuses. I've finished Dreamland 2 and 3. Alongside its optional bosses, so I'm very happy. Excellent. Congratulations, congratulations. I'm glad that those went relatively snag-free for you. Oh, we shoot presents. Isn't that just sweet? I suppose it's the season. I think I underestimated the amount of streams I had to sit out in the last month. So I didn't get to all the Kirby games I wanted to in the last month, but that's okay. Yeah. As long as you're okay with it, yeah? And if you got other stuff going on, you know, you can't really... I mean, it can't really be helped. I like that this level, although this is only going to make sense if you... Oh, crumbs, crumbs, crumbs! If you played LBP2, but the level is basically copying the mechanic from one of the LBP2 stages. Which means that somebody who's playing this around the time of release, because this was made in LBP2, would already be familiar with the mechanic. I could do without the aggressive jingle bells, but, you know, what are you gonna do? But that's mostly, I couldn't give two shakes about Christmas. Wah wah. Oh, Claire, how you doing? I hope that you are very well. That life and also the children treat you very gently. we are just rocking out our LBP end of the week, just kind of relaxing, just chilling. I'm not sure what we're gonna play tomorrow night. It might be Risk of Rain, honestly. Risk of Rain 2? I've been knocking out a lot of the unlocks in that game. I've only got, like, not a lot more until we're into the range of things that I don't think I can actually do. The jingle bells are too aggressive for... Hold on a second, I gotta see this before I get burnt up. The jingle bells are too aggressive for wholesome, not aggressive enough for cool. That's fair. I think the Mary Chrysler music uses a lot of bells, but not a lot of cowbells. A Crisis could use having some more cows in it. I mean, the answer is always cowbell, right? Like, that's what the old Christopher Walken Saturday Night Live sketch taught us. I don't even know if that was particularly funny when it was new, but I do know that I like Christopher Walken, so I guess it immediately gets funny points. Jeepers, how old is that? That's gotta be like from back when I was in high school? Uni at the most. Which reminds me, there's, I guess, a new TV miniseries of The Stand, and I don't, like, I watched the trailer for it, and it looks like, it looks like it's gonna be a thing. I don't know if it's gonna be a good thing, but, I mean, I do like me a good plague story, but they're doing it out of order, so I can't just watch, like, the first couple of episodes and be done with it, because that's, like, the really good part. It's just, like, the beginning, when the plague is happening. I did think that whoever they got to do Randall Flagg at least looks pretty cool. Now, it's probably going to be about 1 billion years before it actually comes to Japan, so I don't have to worry about having my finger on the pulse of FOMO, but The Stand is one of my guilty pleasures. Oh, wait, it's grapple? When do we get a grappling hook? Oh, there we are. The first 1/3 of The Stand, I suppose, is a guilty pleasure. But I do think it's kind of interesting that they chose to release that movie, or the miniseries now? Like, in plague times? It seems a bit on the nose is all. First third of a lot of books is King books is a guilty pleasure. You're not wrong. You're not. Like, there's pretty rapidly diminishing returns once you get past, like, the first third. I do think he's an author that works better in short story form. Instead of grappling with his childhood, Batman chose to get a grappling hook instead. Much to think about. Do you think, I mean, is that good advice for living, Rabbits? Because I don't know if I've got the shoulder strength for a grappling hook. Honestly, I don't know how he doesn't dislocate his shoulder. He's got to have whatever shoulder muscles handle that. I mean, they've got to be there and built. Because I think my arm would just yank right out. The Crash Before Christmas by Dark Smoke Hunter. Now, if this is not the Crash Bandicoot before Christmas, I don't think that we can talk to Dark Smoke Hunter. Usually, grappling hooks will dislodge your shoulder unless you're Krieg from Borderlands 2. Does Krieg get a grappling hook? Oh, just you need to be that big. I gotcha. Yeah, I need my shoulders also, like I don't think it'd be a good idea to dislocate it. Like the whole arm assembly is pretty important to me. Krieg puts all his strength, all the strength he has in one arm into the other. So he's kind of like a tennis player. Can I save this cat? Can I pet the cat? No. I can neither save nor pet the cat. I did try playing Krieg a little bit, but like, just never really quite clicked. All the kids are yearning for their presents. Yearning for their presents. I don't know. Nice movement on that platform, though. I like that. I just... The verb yearning, there are connotations there. I don't know if they go with presents. You know, right? It kind of has a bit of a different feel, doesn't it? Now, Ludo, let's stay within the range of plausible deniability here. It is a no ecchi zone. Mood? Panda, you know, I'm well tired of this. Well tired of the pandemic. Eh? What just happened? Hold on. Nice freeze effect, though. That was pretty well done. Annoying, but well done. Now look, Elf Town. Where do you want me to go? I mean, it's not a cuss, you know. You're not wrong, but I don't know. I'm not sure if it feels family friendly. Oh, it's a slope. I got it. Please. You can do better than this. I'm trying to remember the last time I actually watched a PG movie. I mean, Gremlins, but that's kind of before PG-13 existed. Excuse me. I feel like Gremlins was one of the movies that they cited in making PG-13. Gremlins and Raiders of the Lost Ark 2? What with the bugs and the heart thing? I did see Raiders of the Lost... Oh, God. Please, please, please. I did see Raiders of the Lost Ark 2 in the theaters. I did? I see no need to dignify that movie with its actual title. Because Temple of Doom sounds pretty cool, but Raiders of the Lost Ark 2 has got, like, a lot of issues. There we are, okay. What? Kangaroo Jack was supposed to be MA rated from memory. Got edited into PG, which is why it was so weird. Kangaroo Jack. Like, I cannot remember Kangaroo Jack at all. Not enough Nazis get got, that's true. Like, it's got... The way that it treats India is, like, a lot. And not good. It does have the line... Archaeologists are just grave robbers with PhDs. So I have to give it props for that. Also that Indy's forced, you know, compet love interest was of age. You know, good job there, Spielberg. I think that's probably the kindest way that it could be described. I mean, it's not my lane specifically to make the judgment call, but it seems like a pretty Orientalist. The dinner scene is a lot. I remember the monkeys, the chilled monkeys. Am I stuck? Where do I go? Yes. Yes. Not winning too many awards for any kind of sensitivity. The movie, not you. Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot about that completely. This level is actually pretty charming. I shouldn't say that like I'm so surprised, but I am in fact quite charmed. Can I save here? Good. Whoop. And how about here? We've got this on the lockdown. Which, by the way, is possibly why Des might not be able to drop by tonight. Probably won't be able to drop by tonight. Apparently they're going into another, like, a big major lockdown, and she's going to get shopping done before that starts. So, unfortunately, Des will not be joining us. Well, it's our 401st stream. It's not the 401st LVP stream. That'd be a lot. I don't know if I could stream. I mean, like, I love LVP3. I love LVP as a series, but I don't know if I could stream it 3 times a week. It's a lot of streams we didn't celebrate last time. I mean, to be fair, last time, like, the connection was really bad. Like, didn't we only get about an hour on that dream stream? And maybe 15 minutes on the Isaac one? Maybe a half hour on the Isaac one? Yeah, like it was a real shame too, because it was a nice, like, chill, cool down stream from the Tuesday stream, because the Tuesday stream had been, like, a lot, and I was really enjoying it, and then just, I could not keep the connection running for love or money. It do be like that sometimes, but boy do I ever not like it. I don't know if I could do another Christmas level. I don't. I'm sure they're great, but you know, it's a lot. They're all gonna have the same music. Crumbs though. So what do we play if the LVP is not updating? Got a level called Jack. The newest levels are honestly not always particularly quality. If we're gonna be super honest. But we got a level called Play Me, and I don't think anybody's played it before, so we'll give it a look. It might be fun. It's possible. I don't know if it's probable. Oh, I hate this. I hate this. I really wish that Sumo would get their butt in gear and fix the website so that I could actually make halfway decent playlists. The website, the LVP3 website, it's been down for a month now. I'm starting to kind of wonder. Level, what do you want from me here? Is this even possible? It's not. I can't. Oh, look at that. They forgot to set the number of layers. Oopsies. It's like they just... Christmas has ended. Now it's time for Christ's enjoyment. Or Christ vanishing. Depending on how you interpret Mass. I'm okay with that. I'm right there for it. Poof. He's gone. Not enough tang, Ludo. Not nearly enough tang. I think if I had to guess, if I had to just, like, Christ velocity, which sounds like it could be a metal song. I would guess that somebody, the creator needed to make a level to get a trophy to pop, and so they just threw a bunch of stuff together and said, "Oh, Luda, I love it. I love it. That's a good one." So they threw a bunch of stuff together and just said, "Okay, there it is. There's the level." It is a, unfortunately, very common problem with LBP. And although I know we talked about this before, but I think it's something that Media Molecule should have been able to foresee the way that the dynamics were going to work on that, but guess not. Either that or they foresaw it and they just didn't care, which is absolutely a possibility. I don't really know enough about Media Molecule as a corporate structure to say whether or not they're a decent company or not. Steampunk culture. This person actually wrote out a description, which is quite unusual. I'm fascinated by the steampunk culture, therefore I created a level on the subject. Basically, this level consists of 3 unique steampunk-themed male costumes, all with long thought-out names and backstory. I'm going to create a sub-level with exclusively girls in the near future. I mean, I appreciate the thought that's gone into it. Let's check it out. What's the worst that could happen? The unexamined inherent colonialism that lies at the roots of steampunk? I mean, there's that. That's pretty bad. I think they meant to say that they've got the 3 boy costumes ready now, the 3 boy characters ready now, and they're gonna make a connected level. What exactly is this song? I can't read his name. Benjamin Clark Vincent? Okay. Brett Murphy. These are long thought out names? I'm not thinking I went to school with the Brett Murphy. I'm very down with sublevels having exclusively girls. Yeah, it's wait, this is Imagine Dragons? Like the radioactive people? It sounds like they're just pretending to be Tom Waits. That was, I mean, props to the creator for actually putting some effort in there. That's about as much as I could say. Oh, Sirunda! How you doing, yo? I hope that you are very well today. I hope that there's no things troubling you. Life is treating you gently. It is a bit late for you, right? It's, what, almost 11 o'clock? Oh God, why? Oh, nice. You are, of course, gonna win this game, John, right? If you don't, we still love you. Wait, what? I didn't think the time zones were that far off. That is very late, Hirinda. And while I appreciate it deeply that you dropped in, and I always do, but if you feel like you need to drop out just to get some rest, please don't worry about it. Because that's, yeah. Okay, I gotta see this. I recently found out there's a steampunk culture in the UK, which is basically weird white people rapping with tea in hand called chap hop. I don't... Rabbits, I don't know how I should process that, but it seems like a lot. Chap hop. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. Is this level gonna do? I'm willing to share your pain. Always willing to share your pain. Is it intelligible? There's something here, and I don't know that I like it, to be honest. You don't know. But it had a scoreboard. Props to the creator. They remembered to put a scoreboard in. Appreciate that. The level was designed by Christopher Nolan. But counterpoint, there's no descent into fascism, so are we sure? I'm gonna go with meh. Honestly. It's very meh. The big balls represented fascism. Sure. Why not? Well, I guess I'm gonna have to dig something out from one of my old episode playlists. Because we've played everything in the queue, and I can't add to the queue, unfortunately. What would be good? Don't worry about it. Absolutely 0% problems. We can't expect you to have something ready to go at all times. It's not an issue at all. Food Quest. Delicious platformer. By... Hold on. Kevin XD. Oh, gosh, this has got blood pool in it. Rabbits is just spreading the joy. Spreading the joy far and wide. Everyone must listen to Chap Hop. Is there a competing genre called Chav Hop? I mean, joy in quotes is still a joy of sorts. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, cook. Yes. Giant sandwiches. It's all about the giant sandwiches. I think that's just British rap now. Fair enough. I don't remember what rating I gave to this level. It's been an awful long time. But do I need these eggs? Ah, crumbs! Wait, what? I don't know how that worked, but I'll take it. I haven't had any motivation for LBP3 from LBP me going down. Not being viable income-wise, and the Tri-Expo being cancelled, so no show for the trailer. That sucks. I mean, it's understandable. And motivation does come and go. LVP me being down is a problem. It is an as it were. Chap Hop sounds like if the streets had worse beats, got it. I mean, so basically British is what you're saying? Oh, I gotta get the bread in the toaster. Of course, because the point is not just to complete the level, the point is to make breakfast. Or, well, food, at the very least. Could I just jump up on this thing, please? Why? Why? What have I done? Eh? This is senseless. What? Game, please, thank you. There we go. Toast is entered. Now to toast this toast, as one does. Genius. Oh, I love it. Those are like little toggle statues spinning around. Genius. Improvised decorations are the best decorations, and I love them. Wait, that's it? Are we done? You know, I bet I said the same thing when I reviewed this level. Like, I would absolutely not doubt it. I did like it. I had fun with that one. I think, like, down the road from Flavortown, maybe Flavorburg? The hamlet of Flavor, perhaps? Alright, we are at the 2-hour point, so I'm gonna hopefully put this on some music that doesn't turn off immediately, because I might need to take a slightly longer bio break this time around, just because, you know, bio stuff. Flavorville, right? It doesn't have the population yet to be like a full Flavor town. R2 is page down. Wait, no, I just want to... Well, it's okay. Color of Foreboding. That sounds nice. Is it playing? Okay, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to take a bit of a break now. Ludo's got a shower and prepare for podcast recording, so have a nice Sunday, everybody. Ludo, thank you so much for dropping by. We appreciate it as always. Please have a wonderful podcast recording and a really nice shower. And to all y'all that are sticking around, I will be back in 5 minutes-ish. Maybe a little bit longer than that. we are back, and sorry about the longer wait. My guts got kind of jumpy, so hold L1 and R1. 5 seconds to end the level. Gotcha. At least the song continued playing the entire time. That was appreciated. I don't know. I complain about this every winter. So I'm sure we've all heard this before, but the fact that my apartment is colder than outside really kind of bugs me. Like, it's pretty freaking chilly. Way more than it has any right to be. And I kind of hate it. Mostly because I don't want to use my air conditioner more than I need to. No, I might not have a choice there. Garden Valley, Twister Killer 70, 78? I can never read the numbers. I don't know why. Too tiny. Have you tried peeking in on your friends? You could see what they've been up to by selecting recent activity from the main menu. I don't know, game. That sounds kind of spooky. I don't want to be some creepy voyeur. Even if that's basically how I put together all my playlists. So, you know, there's that. But still. But still. I kind of remember this level-ish. Completely understandable. Hirunda, please get yourself some sleep and please wake up rested. Move L stick to the right and press X. I'm doing that, game. Click your left stick. I'm doing the thing that you're telling me to do, game. I hold X, then click the left stick. So... Okay, that's very awkward. That's extremely awkward. We made it. Right. Hello, sock thing. Thank you. Validation. I need to require your assistance. The Holy Garden had a huge hit of storms. This caused our eggs to be scrambled everywhere. So do you think you can find them all? I mean, I'll do my best. Large rabbit friend. Press X and triangle. Awkward. Now was this... Oh, hold on, I want to check. This wasn't LBP3. It's interesting that they give the player these special abilities. They are kind of annoying though. Like, I don't know if they're very well implemented. And I bet they don't show up again. Alright, well, we did that already. Press X and triangle again. Okay. Oh, so maybe I gotta grab that. Or not, I suppose. Excellent. Wunderbar, as it were. Or as it were not. Subarashi, perhaps? That was not Subarashi. That was trash. That was Gomi. Whee! Look at us go! Whee! Just give me these eggs. I need to move on in my life. No, I can't see what you want. That's not what you wanted me to do. That was not great checkpoint placement. Nope. Level, you're hurting me here, Level. I want to give you as much of the benefit of the doubt as I can, but kind of painful. Oh, Gecko! Hey, how you doing, yo? Is life treating you gently? It's very quiet over here. Haven't been up to much besides Risk of Rain 2. Been doing a lot of that. Been so long since I've played or seen LBP3. Yeah, like, the network is down recently. The, LBP Me. So it's a little hard to get into it at the moment. We're just playing stuff off of my old playlists from when I was doing the show. I'm gonna scoot to bed, trying to sort out my sleeping a little. Panda, absolutely, please sleep well, and please do be careful with the visiting the other side of the family, folks. The visiting the other side of the family thing. Oh, crumbs, we gotta do this again? Don't like this. At least we made it through this time. Yosh. I don't want to do that section again. I really don't like the glide ability that the creator's given the player here. It feels very awkward. The camera's as... oh, crumbs. That's not what I needed. The cameras, I think, as well, could be better. Unfortunately, like, I like the environment just from a pure, like, visual, non-affecting gameplay standpoint, but it is very busy in the details, and it's really easy to get my character lost. So, pulling the camera in a little bit might have helped just some. Thank you, Sackthing, for returning these eggs. Now take my graduate prizes. We're getting graduate prizes. That, I mean, it's an interesting level. Excuse me. The sack thing does look like me. I tend to keep my sack thing looking like myself. So if I change my hair color again, I'm gonna have to change the hair color of the sack thing. I swapped between Journey and Bloodborne. Alright. I just always like, even in the before, that I could make a character that kind of looks like me. I used to rock a bunch of cat costume pieces. Did you have, like, did you make any costume levels to show off your costumes? That was totally my fault. It was 100% my fault. I never made any LBP3 levels. That's fair. Oh, I see what I'm missing. Also, I feel like some of my costumes came from LBP2 and got transferred. Okay. Disco, what are you doing? My headcanon is that this pit is filled with root beer, not poison. I mean, but that would be delicious. Everyone loves root beer. Well, not everyone. In fact, I think a lot of people don't. I myself am a big root beer fan, though. According to the FDA, old school root beer has poison in it. It's very silly. Well, I mean, I do know that a lot of the products that we used, a lot of the products that we would buy in the past would probably not pass current FDA muster. Like, that looks like it's a checkpoint, but it's also got like the demon slime. I'm not sure if I want to muck with that. Oh, come on, really though? And they're putting us all the way back here. If you drank 10 gallons of sarsaparilla per day, you'd reach the exposure limits that they tested for. If you drank 10 gallons of sarsaparilla per day, I've got the feeling you probably got other problems going on. I've never actually had real deal sarsaparilla, and now I kind of want it. Do we risk that that's a checkpoint? Okay, so like the other, like, slime stuff was poison, but this slime stuff is not poison. That's kind of not cool. Consistency. We need consistency in our presentation to the player so that they know what they can expect. Is this Rokisop? Do you mean the music? Because I think the music might be... That name sounds familiar. Great. Well, we'll just keep our fingers crossed. No, I don't really have... Because I stream off of the PS4. So, I don't really have a way to like, add music or overlays or things like that. Someday. Cameras, please. Someday I'll have the dosh to, like, get a real stream machine. But, unfortunately, that day is not going to come anytime soon. On one hand, I really like the aesthetics of the level. Again, like in a purely visual sense. But gosh, is this difficult to see what I'm supposed to be doing? What was that? What was that level? What did you want me to do? Alright, let's try this again, shall we? Pyong, get onto that. Oh, come on. Alright. Okay, that was really weird. What's the point? What is the point of this bounce pad? This song was actually on the OST for LBP2. Yep. Yeah, this is one of the in-game songs that they licensed for LBP2. I mean, it'll definitely be copyrighted. It'll get a copyright strike on YouTube, because it always does. But hopefully there won't be any, like, Twitch side problems. That's my big worry. I didn't even know this song had lyrics, to be honest. I've only ever heard it through LBP. I love hold on, I want to try to pronounce this correctly. Roiksop? Is that right? Roiksop? I should look into their music a little bit more. Because like I said, I'm only familiar with them through this. What just happened? The slides in LBP3 are... They never quite worked out the bugs in the slides. No problems at all. By all means, Gecko, please lurk if you want. We will be here when you are ready to come back. We'll probably be here, at least for like another half hour. Nice. I'm kind of glad, like, even after a couple of years, I still feel like my takes on these levels were right. Because it feels like I'm saying the same things that I said when I reviewed the level. What would be a good one? Footslog of Fallen Machines. That might be good. Nimpy's always good for a pretty solid, heavily mechanics, heavily physics-based level. I wonder how Nimpy's doing. I haven't spoken with him in probably over a year now. Oh, it's this one. This is not one of his best, unfortunately. It's a good one, but it's not one of his best. But I love that all of Nimpy's stuff, like, works mechanically. It doesn't really require any, like, microchip logic or movers to make it work. which especially in LBP3 is fairly rare for creators. Please don't kill me. What was it I was supposed to do here? Oh. Gotcha. Kind of. Not really. I don't think I got it. Like, it looks like there's a break in the wall back there. Now I want to see, like, if it goes anyplace. Oh, it's just a sticker. Ah! What? Alright. We got it this time. There you go. Evil machine. Robots in disguise. Come on. That's totally not fair. Am I trapped? Whatever. I have no need of your score bubbles. They are not important to me. Okay, so we gotta get up on the shoulder, hop over, pop that. Nice. Easy. Smooth as silk. Yes. A lot of Nimpy's levels, they use a very complex but also a very LBP1 build style. And some of them are themed as kind of like alternate LBP1 levels. He's got an Islands theme one as well that's really quite good, but it's really quite difficult. A number of Nimpy's levels are honestly a bit more challenging than my actual level of skill. But he's definitely somebody that I can respect as a creator. Oh, crumbs. Alright, jump. I forget how to beat this dude. Like, can I... Nope, I don't need to worry about it. I thought maybe we had to jump over the glove, but you're right, under the glove to get to the belly. I'm falling for every trap in this entire secret base of doom. Not, as it were, my finest hour. Love the tank, by the way. Very solid construction on the tank. Can she make it, folks? I don't need tank. I am tank. Fair enough. Well done on the mechanicals there. Now that's surprising. I would have thought that that would have been the what's the word that I want? I would have thought that that would have been the climax. Do I need to kill you? I mean, I would have liked to have done this without murder, but I see you leave me no alternative, unfortunately. Always murder. It always comes down to murder. Okay, I see what we're doing. The robot did have tattoo sleeves, that's true. This facility runs on horsepower. My master must be stopped. Oh gosh, it's a race. We will do terribly. No, no. Aha! Not a speedster. Thank you. Also thank you. And now we gotta do it again. The master is doing some new horse goofing. I feel like this is like a deep reference that I don't get. Well, I've done worse on a Nimpy level. That's definitely for sure. Rabbits, I think I've got like almost all of the Risk of Rain 2 unlocks. Oh, new boots goofing. Okay. Almost all the Risk of Rain unlocks that I can kind of easily get. There's only 2 more character abilities that I need, and then some of the alternative skins. But unfortunately, one of the abilities I need is on the Mercenary. It's the clear prismatic trial without taking any damage, and it's a lot. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that one, to be honest. That one and the Rex one, where you've got to clear the teleporter challenge. You have to start and clear the teleporter challenge at 50%. But, like, everything that Rex does heals it, so it's kind of tricky. I thought I could do it using a glass artifact, but I forget what mercs unlock, like, what you have to do to actually get the unlock to proc. Because I feel like we unlocked the Merc a bit back. Like, maybe before this latest update. Yosh! Oh, come on! That was totally my fault. That was 100% my fault. I deserve that. But it still sucked. Yosh. Alright. Now I want you to go to red, and then back to white. There we go. I think ever since I learned about choose your item thing, I just want to unlock that as soon as I get back to the screen too. Oh, it makes a big difference. Like, that's how I've been doing a lot of the stuff that I've been doing. The Artifact of Command, that's the choose your item one. And Artifact of Sacrifice, that's the one where no chests will spawn, but enemies will drop items instead. And it makes things for me, a lot more manageable. I mean, even the choose your own unlocks is pretty good, but with the, it's called Artifact of Sacrifice. With that, like, you don't really need to worry about money. Oh, crumbs, crumbs. Okay, green. Green. Oh, crumbs! I think it turns the game from something I can enjoy offhandedly into something I could actually obsess over. You're not wrong. Once I got the artifacts unlocked, like, the game became a lot more fun to me. And just kind of doofing around on Drizzle and just getting things unlocked has just been fun. Oh, might lose this one. Because most all the stuff, there's only a couple of the unlocks that you can't do on Drizzle. Like, the Mercenary's ability is locked onto a prismatic trial. So there's that. You do need to clear a prismatic trial for, like, not an ability unlock, but an item unlock. You need to clear the game on Monsoon for one of the items, and there's one more. You need to kill an elite boss on Monsoon. Although that one's not too bad, because what you can do is there's an artifact that'll cause all monsters to spawn as elites. And there's another artifact that will cause double monster spawns, but they have half health. And you only have to kill one boss. You don't have to actually finish the teleporter event. So you can do that on the first stage of your run. I'm really bad at keeping at roguelikes, but making fun builds is something I enjoy in many game genres. Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely yeah. I mean, I tend to stick personally myself with let's hit things as hard as we possibly can so they die in one shot. But I can see how some of the items and abilities, like, mesh well together, have pretty solid synergies together for different characters. And that's really cool. And being able to kind of put that together is something that I appreciated a lot. What do we do? I think we're gonna do maybe one more level, I think. Yeah. See if we can find a good one. Pencil and paper? That sounds fine. Let's go with that. Gosh, it's too darn cold again. Hopefully this one will be, like, not super long, but not super short. I really want to eat more of that pasta sauce, but I do need to save it. It's not time to do the shopping again yet. I love this aesthetic, and I don't know why, but I dig the heck out of it. Even if I don't think that the creator, like, really 100% pulls it off. But I very much dig that kind of, like, this is a notebook, this is pen and paper. And they don't do a terrible job at it. I don't want to give that impression. Although why they suddenly jumped to the cardboard, that part I don't know. Oh, crumbs. Alright, Level, I got your number. Oh, come on. Yes. Yes. I kind of like that the creator put all the sound effects in. They're goofy, but they're kind of fun. Alright, let's do this right. Ha! I said, game, let's do this right. Thank you. Up. Fiddle Smurfs. Alright, come on. We can do this. Not so hard. Easy, easy, easy. Oh, this cough. Not in super need of this cough. If we're gonna be honest with each other. I could do without it. Risco, why? Risco, why? Nande. Alright, up we go. Onto the paper. Might as well get the points. I wonder where they got... Oh, crud. I wonder where they got these balloon stickers from? Like the bubble stickers? Because I don't think I've seen the elephant one before. It's a pretty good sticker. No! No, no. Nande? This is hurting me. I am in semi-active pain. Okay. Let's not flub it. There we go. No. Thank you. I thought we were going to be in that section forever. That was weird. I feel like I might have actually talked to the creator of this level. They did have a reason why things kind of dropped the aesthetic halfway through, but I don't remember what it is. Why? Let's not miss this jump. Let's not jump into the spikes. That's better advice. Don't worry about missing the jump. Just don't jump into the spikes. And I think this should bring us pretty close to the end. And there we go. We did it. It was done by us. Alright. We're getting up close to the 3-hour point, so I think it's probably about time to wrap things up. As far as schedules go, yeah, I think tomorrow we'll do Risk of Rain 2. And then, I don't know about Tuesday. Maybe Gungeon, maybe Isaac. Yeah, it could go either way for me. I had a nice night tonight. It was very, very relaxing, very chill. Like there was no stress. I appreciate y'all for dropping in and spending some time with me. I always appreciate it. It's a pleasure. And to the folks that had to drop out early, in case they watch on the VODs, then thank y'all, and I hope that you got good sleep as well. But this just about does it for us this go about. So, from me, Risco, here in Osaka, I might not here for the week. I might not be here for the week because I'll be staying at my girls' tomorrow. Woohoo! Rabbits, that's awesome! You have a wonderful time with your girls. I'm glad that she's making you really happy. And I hope that you are making her really happy. And on that note, from me, Risco, here in Osaka, to all of you out there wherever you may happen to be, thank you, arigato, arigasamdota, sayonara, see you, and ciao.